Hey everybody, and welcome to the TheExplorerBlog. In this video, we're going to be talking about using the clone tool to take out parts of images. So in this case, I have a picture at Washington Dulles Airport. The photo quality is not very good because I took it from a far distance. You can also see like the poles. So this would not be a preferable photo, but it fits the purposes for using the clone tool. So the clone tool can be found on your right here. You can find it in the Band-Aid. It's called the Healing Brush. I have the ability to visualize for dust spots, and I can change the threshold, which is basically how sensitive the program looks for these spots. You could also change the size with this, or if you have a mouse, you can scroll. If you scroll up, then it'll get bigger. Scroll down, it'll get smaller. So in this case, the mode, instead of heal, we'll want the mode to be clone. I'm pretty sure it's heal at default, so you want to change it to clone. And there's no need for visualizing spots because we know what we're going to take out, which is these poles right here. So I'm going to press Control plus to zoom in. And let's go, oops. I'm just going to go over here so that I can move around. So this is the part that we're going to want to take out. So the first part is to find another part of your image that has something similar to the backdrop that you want. So I put this photo to load in Photoshop, so we're also going to learn how to do it in that program as well. But at the moment, we'll continue over with Lightroom. So you want to find somewhere that has a similar background as here. So usually when you do it, the program will find a place for you. So I'm going to put my selector over the lamppost right here, and I'm just going to click it, and it's going to automatically find a place. Now you'll notice, so if I move my mouse off, you'll notice, yes, it looks kind of good, but you have part of the tail. So I can drag this, I have the ability to drag it over. And then I will do the same part with here, and in the middle. I can click over here and just make it larger, that would be easier. Gonna move the blue part. I can do the same with this area right here. Actually, I could just make it look like it's the end of the post by taking part of this and putting it right here. So you notice it looks like it's just the end of the post. But this part is actually a little bit darker, and we can fix that. So I notice it's getting lighter over here. So instead of taking from here, I can take it from a little bit lighter area so that it looks better, like there. Same thing from here. Make it, oh, that's a little too light right there. I can do the same here. Okay, there. You notice that looks a lot better. Now I'm going to just take off this one just for extra practice. So if I just click it, it'll automatically choose. And if I move my mouse over, actually that wasn't bad, except for this middle one. This middle one's a little too dark. We'll just move it a little bit lighter. And then we actually have the ability to do it to the trees as well. That case doesn't look too bad. It's just that area right there. We can just make it look like more trees. And then we can take out, let me just go back here so that I can move down. We can actually take out here. But so you'll see that it looks here like the pole is going up. So we're going to move this so that the pole matches with the pole over here. Like that. And then we can take it from here. Find another pole like this. We'll move it down so it looks like it's still going across. And so that's basically it here in Adobe Lightroom. This is what you can do in Lightroom. So I took out the pole from here. I took out some poles from here. Here you can kind of see it, but you can always work on it a little bit more. So I moved the photo over here into Adobe Photoshop, and I'm going to do the same thing with Photoshop using content aware. So here I have this feature. It is called the quick selection tool. And over here I have my controls for it. Also under workspace, I'm in the photography workspace. So I can add or subtract, and I can change the brush size here. I can also change it by using my square brackets. If I use the one on the right, it gets larger. If I use the one on the left, it gets smaller. So that's something else. And so if it's on the plus and you click, it'll add to your selection. And then if you click the minus, it will subtract. It will also indicate if you're in the plus or minus in the middle. You'll notice in the middle of this one, it has a dash. And when I change it, it'll be a plus. So I'm just going to select this light post here, lamp post, and I'm going to take up. So you usually don't want the edges right by a different backdrop because that might mess with the setting. So this is one method of doing it here in Photoshop, like that. And now I can just click backspace, and it's going to give me fill. The contents, I'm going to choose content aware, and then I'm going to do normal blending at 100% opacity. And when I click OK, it's able to take that off. So the other tool that I can use is here, the patch tool. And what the patch tool does is you're able to click and select an area that you want to patch, and then you can click and drag where you want it to match. So it will match between this and the selected area. So because it's matching the color, you might need to do this multiple times for it to be solid as you want it. So we have that part. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and then I'll have the ability to do it right up against the trees. Oops. If you change it enough, it will look natural. Anyways, and then same thing. See, I did the same thing with the patch tool here. I can just pull it out like that. Oops. Okay. Now say that you did something and you messed up and you want to undo it. You have this tool here. It's called the history brush tool. Through this you have the ability to undo any work. So this is just like the quick selection tool. You use the square brackets to make it larger or smaller. And what you can do is just go over something and it'll bring it back to how it was before. So say I didn't want to do these, I'll just erase it, and now I have these back. Okay, anyway, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching this video about cloning in Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. And I will see you in the next video.